Caroline, who would this White House rather deal with in the Senate, Chuck Schumer or AOC?
Well,
sorry, wasn't there a bunch of Epstein files that just got released? Like, is that not what we want to talk about?
the president just dealt with Chuck Schumer, and President Trump and Republicans shellacked Chuck Schumer and the entire Democrat Party. After 43 days of Chuck standing out there trying to bravely hold the country hostage and inflict massive pain on the American public, Chuck got absolutely nothing, and now the knives are out for him. As you can see, Jesse, as you just perfectly laid out in your monologue, the Democrat Party is in complete disarray.
Jesus. The face to the public versus the face to, like, friendly state media is crazy.
And the truth is, they have been for 10 years since President Trump came on the political scene. They don't stand for anything good. They just stand for Donald Trump is bad. That's the only thing that unifies their party. And now you see how far they are moving to the left. They ran Senator Gillibrand and Senator Manchin out of town. Now they're running Chucky Schumer out of town. It's too bad he turned into a Palestinian. He did it for nothing, like President.
Yo? What? She said he turned into a Palestinian. He did it for nothing. Is she implying that the Palestinians got nothing out of this war? Like, what? Like, it's just not true either. Like, as much as I dislike Hamas, it's impossible to deny that the world's attention has been focused heavily on Palestine. There's a lot more countries that recognize it as a state. Like, the Palestinians have gotten quite a bit in terms of international recognition. Whether it's worth the cost, I don't fucking know. I'm not getting into that, but what the fuck? That's so weird.
President Trump says because and Senator Manchin out of town, now they're running Chucky Schumer out of town. It's too bad he turned into a Palestinian. He did it for nothing, like President Trump says, because his own party is turning against him, and the Democrat Party is truly becoming a full-blown communist party.
Well, AOC, and let me know.
That is such a weird, like, all things we've heard today are, you know, what you'd expect, but Chucky Schumer being run out of town, he turned into a Palestinian is not what I was expecting.
If you believe this, is saying that MAGA Republicans are coming up to her and say, man, I was wrong about Trump. I'm with socialism now. Do you buy that?
Absolutely not. In fact, I'd like to see some of the people who actually said that to AOC and check their ballots and see if they actually voted for President Trump, because I can assure you.
Didn't she do a whole Q&A about, like, Trump voters that also voted for her? It's the rise of populism, obviously. This is not new. This is not news.
You MAGA Republicans oppose everything that AOC and the modern-day communist Democrat Party stands for. Mass migration and open borders like we saw under the Biden administration. Men and women's sports is something MAGA Republicans and frankly the whole country rejects. It's a 90-10 issue. Taxing people to death and taking their money and giving the majority of your income back to the government. That's a horrible idea that has not worked for thousands of years. MAGA Republicans know it, and that's why they overwhelmingly voted to re-elect President Trump.
They're so afraid. It's not they're so afraid of calling it what it is. It's capitalism, just with a little bit more government intervention. Trump also it's still a mixed economy no matter which party's in power. Trump has a mixed economy. Democrats would have a mixed economy. Like, it's not a command economy. It will never be a command economy. This is the goddamn U.S., all right? Even our socialists are capitalists, all right? Like, let's be fucking real here, because we're the fucking best in the world at, I don't know, but...
And And a Democrat that you had in your monologue actually was right about one thing. I don't know his name, but I give him credit for his statement where he said that the Republican Party under President Trump is the party of the working man and woman. And because of President Trump's pro-growth, America First policies, he has spoken directly to the hearts of the forgotten men and women across this country. And that's who the Republican Party is today, thanks to him.
Well, Newsom's speaking to the people of Brazil. He's a big hot shot. He went down to Latin America. He's talking about global warming. But he could be in a little bit of trouble because the Biden-Harris Justice Department initiated a criminal investigation into like his right-hand woman. What do you think that means?
Well, we'll have to see. And I'm very curious. I'll have to find out from our great Attorney General, Pam Bondi, if the Trump DOJ is continuing this investigation that the Biden DOJ launched. Jesse, it's a good question, and we will get on that. But as for Gavin Newsom, I was not surprised
good
to see
one.
him in Brazil, traveling the world, probably on the taxpayer dime, talking about climate change when his state, California, has some of the highest energy costs in the entire country. They have
Because it's the fourth largest economy in the world. Of course it's going to have some of the
highest gasoline prices in the entire country.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Despite
So
President
that's a
Trump's
demand
efforts,
thing.
And they are
I guess.
working to bring down oil and gas prices in this country, to drill, baby, drill, to unleash American energy dominance. Gavin has done so much damage to his state with the Green New scam and with this utopian pursuit of climate change that is just so false. It's built on a fallacy that he has run up energy costs in his state.
Are we really doing climate denial again?
Maybe he should leave Brazil.
I thought
and
this
stop
was
talking
settled
about
at
this
least.
issue that is hurting his own
I
people
guess
and get
not.
back to
Fucking
governing
A.
what was once a beautiful state of California that people are fleeing en masse because of his horrific energy and economic policies that have made the cost of living in California completely out of control.
Yeah, the climate scam's kind of like DEI. It's dead, and it's never coming back.
You think you killed woke? Just you fucking wait. Woke is coming back in a big way in 2026 and 2028. Just you fucking wait. Nah, I'm kidding. Over wokeness is probably done, which is, I think, for the best. Damn. Damn, people in the comments hate on Fox. Where are these people in my comments? Democratic socialism isn't the same as communism. Donald better buy $1,000 guardian angel from his spiritual follower. What? The fuck? Okay, the Epstein stuff must be working if people in Fox News comments are bad. What the fuck? Okay, so apparently there's some unhinged shit going on Truth Social. The Jeffrey Epstein hoax.
Democrats want you to forget all about the shutdown shellacking. So they're launching a smear campaign disguised as a bombshell. The Jeffrey Epstein emails.
A smear? Bro, we're curious as to whether or not you fucked a kid.
Congress is dumping thousands of documents, and Democrats are using them to frame Trump.
Frame him for what? To see if he did the thing. Everyone's curious about this. That's not just Democrats. Oh my god. Everyone's curious under which category falls, because obviously they knew each other. It's, did he fuck a kid? That's the worst. Did he touch a kid? That's second worst. Did he know about kids getting fucked? That's third worst. Was he friends with Epstein? That's fourth worst. And maybe knew about it, maybe didn't. Or did he just know the guy, but didn't, like, have much contact with him, which isn't true. Americans are very curious as to which of the 5 categories you fall into.
But we've been combing through them and can't find anything nailing Trump.
His name, I picked like I've looked through all of them randomly, I'd say, or not all of them randomly, but like I've taken a random sample of them, and maybe half, if not a bit more, mention Trump.
Even Axios says the emails contained no real.
Also, the emails released were ones they've already combed through. These aren't the Epstein files. These are just emails that were seized from his estate. All right, this isn't the files. This isn't the big thing. The big thing is coming shortly. And also, these emails, True Social wants to show notifications. Fuck off.
Smoking gun. The files do show Epstein's deep ties to liberals.
Dude, where's that one email that says, oh yeah, Clinton was never on the plane? Should be easy to prove.
Like anti-Trump author Michael Wolff. He colluded with Epstein on how to blackmail Trump. Wolff told Epstein in 2015, if you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then...
That's what you took from that? Bro, this is... num 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 num. It feels so goddamn good to be a Democrat right now.
That gives you a valuable PR and political currency. Why is Wolff giving a pedophile PR advice and coaching him to take down the president? That wasn't the only writer Epstein colluded with. A New York Times reporter gave Epstein a heads up that a former cop was investigating him for a book. That reporter was pushed out of the company after they found he asked Epstein for a $30,000 donation. Larry Summers, who worked for Bill Clinton and Obama,
seems like the company handled that appropriately. What?
Was also pen pals with Epstein.
Based on everything, I would imagine he knew about it. Given that Epstein was taking girls from his estate, like from Marla, yeah, he definitely knew about it, if not participated in it, because his name shows up for a lot of massages, right?
Epstein. He was asking him for tips on women. Who goes to Jeffrey Epstein for dating advice?
Your boy Donald Trump, probably.
Epstein didn't just have ties to the Democrats and the media. He had foreign connections. Before Trump met...
Man, how are they going to lean into the Mossad angle, please?
Putin in 2018.
Give me some
Epstein
of that conspiracy
was
theory
himself
shit.
To the Kremlin, saying he could give Russia insight on Trump, which is weird because if the Kremlin was controlling Trump like the Democrats accused him, why did they need insight?
Blackmail, you dipshit. What? Dude, actually, it's another thing that's self-defeating. Like, of course the Kremlin would want more dirt on Trump. That's called blackmail. Nah, like he was stealing underage girls. I thought the girl that he stole from Mar-a-Lago was young, but not underage. Do you have something that shows that underage girls were being stolen? Or like a video that talks about that?
He wasn't just any old rich American. He was well connected to top players all over the world, from Israel to Saudi Arabia.
Man, this is their only out, is if they can do the Mossad thing.
And it wasn't a secret. Epstein went to Clinton's White House 17 times. And Slick Willie was a frequent flyer on the so-called Lolita Express. Clinton and Epstein...
Trump is on the flight log.
Seemed like pals. But when it comes to Trump, Jeffrey had TDS. I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body.
I mean, given that they were the best of friends, seems like an authority.
Trump should wear that like a badge of honor. The slimiest guy in the world hating you is a good thing. Epstein even admitted Trump, quote, never got a massage.
Oh, okay.
The same author.
That's that's a very cut quote. Hold on. Can we find House Oversight Committee 2019? Okay, so we're never finding this exact one. Okay, yeah, that's one thing I'll do. I don't know if I'll do it on stream later today, but I do want to make a giant text file, like index, searchable, all that. I'll work with some AI shit to try and make that.
The same author, Epstein colluded with,
Fuck out Jesse
even said
Waters.
this.
Epstein believed that it was Trump who first informed the police about what was going on at Epstein's house. And from that point on, they were nothing but bitter enemies.
So Trump dropped a dime on Epstein, but Democrats say they're best buds? And that Biden and Obama's DOJ...
Timelines exist, you fucking retard. Like, yeah, they can go from being friends to not talking that much. Oh my God.
Trump was...
Dude, the Jesse Waters smug.
Compromised?
It's falling apart, man.
3 elections to keep it a secret? They arrested Trump over bookkeeping and want us to believe they had real dirt and didn't use it.
The Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. You were there for 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, I did not know Virginia Giuffre was 16 when she was hired by Epstein. I thought she was like 20. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing?
Ghislaine Maxwell said Trump did nothing wrong. So have Epstein's victims and Epstein's lawyer. And none of these emails implicate Trump. So we're back to square one. Congress is playing games, holding fake votes to drop more files. But that's not going to happen because it's up to a judge, and they won't release grand jury testimony. This is now looking more and more like a ploy to divide Republicans and smear the president. For a party that claims to care about affordability, they sure waste a lot of time on...
Yeah, no, you're right.
Primetime wants to get to the bottom of the Epstein saga more than anybody. We've been covering the story for years.
No, you don't. You're actually covering
But the story isn't about Trump. It's about foreign intelligence, blackmail, and cover-ups.
Dude, it's so funny. Even he's falling apart here.
Christopher Rufo is a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute and host.
Okay, I don't give a shit. All right, should we go backwards on the timeline? Because apparently there's a big crash out here. Oh, he's shilling a book. Oh my God. Okay. 2 days ago. Okay, let's start from here. The Democrats are trying to bring up the Jeffrey Epstein hoax again because they'll do anything at all to deflect on how badly they've done on the shutdown and so many other subjects. Only a very bad or stupid Republican would fall into that trap. Okay, this is all just the same old bullshit. I used my VPN to switch to American servers to watch a show, and the first ad I get is an ICE recruitment ad. Nice. Oh, God. Okay, in other words, Democrats are using the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, yeah, fucking right, to try and deflect on their massive failures, in particular the most recent one, the shutdown. Buddy. The bell is tolling. Dun. What's the... Okay, I can just keep playing the first second of this Metallica song. That'll work. Okay, the Democrats are doing everything in their withering power to push the Epstein hoax again, despite DOJ releasing 50,000 pages of documents. Again, it's quality, not quantity. Okay, shutdown. Disarray has no idea what to do. Some weak Republicans have fallen into their clutches because they're soft and foolish. Epstein was a Democrat, and he's the Democrats' problem, not the Republicans' problem. Jesus. Oh, poor guy. Not really. I'd have no sympathy for Trump, but this is fun. He's still going on. Now the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, trying to deflect from their disastrous shutdown. I'll be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement with relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase. Oh, nice. This is another Russia scam? Dude, there's videos of you guys dancing, or you dancing like a fucking moron. Oh my god. Like, records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned. Christ. Oh, brother. My god. He's crashing the fuck out. Oh no. Oh, good stuff. Oh man, dude, Fox refuses to cover it. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Tonight, not far from the White House, more big news from the executive branch, where the Department of Justice is busier than ever. In fact, the DOJ, they just sued good old California Governor Gavin Newsom and his state over gerrymandering and his plan called...
Why not sue Texas? What? Okay, whatever.
An illicit power grab. Meanwhile, the DOJ is making very serious progress with their investigation into Biden's weaponization of justice. Apparently, even former Speaker McCarthy's phone records were targeted by Jack Smith, and it's growing by the day.
Oh, yeah. Another thing about the shutdown provision. $500,000 for participating in the attempted overthrow of the government. Excuse me. You don't get to retroactively sue the DOJ for looking into your phone records through the proper channels. Tough schnookies. Shouldn't have tried to overthrow the fucking government, or at least try not to help the fucking former president do that. Like, tough shit.
Also developing tonight, a new criminal referral against, Mr. Fang Fang himself, Eric Swalwell. Imagine that. Over what? Another possible mortgage fraud issue. And Attorney General Pam Bondi is...
What, another missing box on a form? That's the best you got?
Anti-free speech writers at UC Berkeley. Finally,
Christ.
a chilling incident in the state of New Jersey. A person of interest is now wanted for questioning after this individual attempted to confront...
We got breaking news from the best Twitter account, Connor Blue. Lana Del Rey admits she has a secret X/Twitter account where she rage baits people. Dov Kleiman? I don't know. I don't get it, but that's breaking news.
U.S. Attorney Alina Habba at her office with a baseball bat before destroying property and fleeing the scene. All right, here with more. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. So great to see you.
Great to see you,
I appreciate it.
Oh my god, with the news, the truth nuker himself. Who is this?
I know your days are busy. I know you're working, 40-hour days. And it seems like everybody in the administration is.
We can't keep up with the president. We're all trying to keep up with Donald Trump, which is a wonderful thing.
Okay, I got to start in the United Socialist Utopia of California.
Where do we start?
Okay, so he wanted to change the rules. They had a commission that would appoint and gerrymander. Tell us about this lawsuit.
It wasn't even illicit. They are flat out publicizing what they're trying to do and why they're trying to do it. They're trying to create...
And the American people supported it. Oh no! Newsom brought a 30% approval issue to, I think it came out to like 60%. Like, yeah, you got smoked. People fucking hate the Trump admin, and they understand why Newsom's doing what he's doing.
Seats based on race, and they can't do it, and we're going to hold them accountable just like any other state. I mean, they've very publicly said, Sean, what they're trying to do, and it's illegal gerrymandering. They cannot do it. So yeah, we sued them today. We're going to continue suing California until they start complying with the laws of our country, whether it's, what else, sanctuary cities, the Second Amendment, We're winning in the Supreme Court.
National Guard.
Our ICE, that's exactly right, that the National Guard and ICE can be in
She's, I think, the least popular amongst MAGA folk because she's not going after Dems hard enough.
California to actually protect the citizens of California. Let's see what else. Illegal emissions from trucks. And look what Sean Duffy did today. Look what he found with all the truckers who were given illegal licenses, truck driving licenses in California. It's constant with that
We
state.
saw what happened in Florida.
Man, if they put this level of, like, investigation on Texas, I just would be so curious.
Right.
Guy couldn't speak English, couldn't read road signs, had a license in Washington State and in California. Sanctuary state status protection allowed him to get that. Should they be held legally accountable for that?
They should. They all should, and California can't do it, and that's why Secretary Duffy today found it, and California pulled 17,000 commercial licenses. I can't even imagine that number of licenses that they pulled, commercial truck driving licenses, because they're letting these people get away with it. And you know, it's not only impacting California, but as you just said, it's impacting
Have we only seen, like, 2 crashes? I got to imagine that's pretty exceptionally decent rate. No.
the safety of everyone in our country. But we're just going to continue looking at California and everything they're doing. UCLA, anti-Semitism. Harmeet Dillon, right now, as we speak, is in California. I just spoke to her. She's working on, of course, Berkeley. The Antifa riots at Berkeley. That was out of control. I'm sure you saw it. They ripped a cross off a young man's neck before pummeling him.
He was wearing a freedom shirt.
A freedom
the
shirt.
shirt that Charlie was wearing when he was assassinated.
Yeah, they had a turning
sick.
point rally, peaceful rally, not even a rally, just
It
an
was with a
event.
Pastor Turk.
That's right.
Yeah. Let me go back to, you know what the amazing thing is? We hear about the lawsuits.
It's because she doesn't fuck with free speech and shit that they don't like her. Is that the reason? I thought it was because she wasn't going hard enough after Dems. I feel like Republicans hate free speech now. They want to control speech. They want to silence Dems.
The administration, you're winning most of them.
We sure are.
I mean, pretty amazing.
Yeah, they do blame her
Well,
for
we're winning
Epstein
in the
stuff.
Supreme Court. You know, we're not winning in a lot of district courts because we're not. Look at California. Look at the 9th. Look at the 7th. You know, we have some tough district courts, some tough appellate courts, but when we get to the Supreme Court, the right thing happens.
We make it through fair courts. As long as we can get to the 6-3 majority we have, then we can pass stuff. Shut up.
And that's what matters. And yes, we're winning. And Donald Trump is winning. We've been sued well over 500 times, I have, since he's been president. Wow. And we're prepared. Our Solicitor General, John Sauer, is off the charts. Our civil division. We're just...
How do you deal with
Yeah.
500 suits?
Yeah, that is something Trump's pretty good at, is making scapegoats. Like, there's a reason nobody came back for his second admin. Is because he scapegoats all of them. And somehow these people actually buy this shit.
Suits at a time. That's a lot.
A lot of attorneys, a lot of great attorneys.
Yeah. Let me ask you specifically. I want to go to the immigration issue because, and I've been trying to wrap my mind around this. If you are in this country illegally by definition, and we have a constitutional clause that gives jurisdiction to the federal government, not to state governments, right? It's called the Supremacy Clause. And they then bypass that with sanctuary city-state status protection and spend taxpayer dollars. They get a lot of tax money from the federal government. I've asked this question. I've never really got the best answer. How is that not aiding and abetting in the law breaking?
It is.